Stop translating every sentence in your head. That's the biggest reason you still can't speak English fluently. In this video, I'll show you a simple 5-step method that will help you start thinking in English naturally, even if you're a complete beginner. Stay until the end, because the last tip changes everything. Hi everyone, I'm Tom, and welcome back to Speaking English. If you want to speak English confidently, improve your vocabulary, and sound more natural, you're in the right place. Today we're going to learn how to think directly in English without translating from your native language. Let's get started. Before we dive into the lesson, here's what you'll learn today. I'm going to share 5 simple but powerful methods that can completely change the way you learn and speak English. These methods are practical, easy to follow, and used by successful English learners around the world. If you apply them consistently, you'll stop translating in your head, start thinking in English, and speak with more confidence. So, without wasting any more time, let's jump into the first method. Method 1. Why translation is slowing you down. Have you ever known exactly what you wanted to say in English, but the words just wouldn't come out? You understand English, you can read it, you can even write it, but when it's time to speak, your mind suddenly goes blank. Why does that happen? The answer is simple. You're translating every single sentence without even realizing it. Here's what happens inside your brain. First, you create the thought in your native language, then you search for the English words, then you check the grammar, then you wonder if you're saying it correctly. And by the time you're ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on. That's not a speaking problem, it's a thinking problem. Fluent English speakers don't translate, they think directly in English. Imagine you're feeling thirsty. Instead of building a sentence in your first language and translating it, your brain immediately says, "I'm thirsty." Simple, fast, natural. That's exactly how fluency works. Think about a child learning their first language. They don't memorize grammar rules, they don't translate. They connect ideas directly with words. When they see a dog, they simply think, "dog." That's the habit you need to build in English. The good news is, you don't need perfect grammar to start thinking in English. You only need simple thoughts. I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's raining, this coffee tastes great. The simpler your thoughts, the faster your brain learns. And once your brain stops translating, your speaking speed improves automatically. So here's your challenge. For the next 5 minutes after this video, don't translate anything. Look around your room and name every object directly in English. Your phone, your window, your desk. It might feel strange at first. That's completely normal. You're taking the very first step toward thinking in English instead of translating. Let's move on to the next method. Build an English environment. Let me ask you something. Why do children learn their first language so quickly? It's not because they study grammar, it's because they hear that language all day, every day. Now think about your own routine. You study English for maybe 30 minutes, then you spend the rest of the day surrounded by your native language, and somehow you expect to become fluent. That doesn't sound very fair to your brain, does it? So here's what you need to do. Build an English environment. Let me ask you something. Why do children learn their first language so quickly? It's not because they study grammar, it's because they hear that language all day, every day. Now think about your own routine. You study English for maybe 30 minutes, then you spend the rest of the day surrounded by your native language, and somehow you expect to become fluent. That doesn't sound very fair to your brain, does it? So here's what you need to do. Make English part of your daily life. Change your phone language to English. Watch YouTube in English. Listen to English podcasts while walking or driving. Follow English creators on social media. Don't choose boring content. Choose topics you actually enjoy. If you love football, watch football videos. If you love cooking, watch cooking videos. When you're having fun, your brain learns without feeling like it's studying. Here's a simple challenge. For just 1 hour every day, surround yourself with English. No translating. No subtitles in your native language, just English. At first, you'll understand very little. That's okay. Every day, your brain will pick up new words, new expressions, and new sentence patterns. One day, you'll suddenly realize you're understanding English without even trying. And that's when you know your English environment is working. Now let's move on to the next method, where I'll show you a simple trick that helps your brain think in English much faster. Method 3. Use the picture method. Here's a simple question. When you hear the word apple, what comes to your mind first? Do you see the word or do you see the fruit? If you see the fruit, congratulations, you're already thinking in English. That's exactly how your brain should work. The biggest mistake most learners make is connecting English words to words in their native language. Instead, connect English words directly to pictures. For example, when you see a dog, don't think about translating it. Just look at it and say, dog. See a cup? Cup. See a window? Window. Your brain learns much faster when it connects words with images instead of translations. Here's a fun challenge. Right now, look around your room. Pick 5 objects and name each one in English as quickly as you can. No translating, no overthinking. Just look and speak. The more you practice this, the faster your brain will respond in real conversations. Remember, fluency isn't about translating words. It's about recognizing ideas instantly. Train your eyes to see in English, and your mouth will naturally start speaking in English. Now that your brain is learning through pictures, let's move on to the next method, where you'll finally start speaking English every single day, even if you don't have anyone to practice with. Moi undermina punta or reef. Think out loud every day. Let me ask you one question. How can you become a confident speaker if you never actually speak? Think about it. You can watch English videos every day. You can memorize hundreds of vocabulary words. You can even understand almost everything you hear. But if you never open your mouth, your speaking will never improve. Here's the good news. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a language partner. And you definitely don't need to wait until your English is perfect. You can start today. Just talk to yourself. Yes, it might feel a little funny at first, but trust me, it's one of the most effective speaking exercises you can do. For example, when you wake up, say, "Good morning. Today is going to be a great day." While making coffee, "I'm making my coffee." Before leaving the house, "I need my keys. I'm ready to go." Don't worry about making mistakes. Nobody is judging you. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is practice. The more you speak, the more confident you become. And one day, you'll notice something amazing. You won't have to search for words anymore. They'll come naturally, because your brain has already practiced them hundreds of times. So here's your challenge. Spend just 5 minutes every day speaking English out loud. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Just keep speaking. Because confidence doesn't come from learning English, it comes from using English. Now, let's move on to the final method, my favorite one, and the habit that brings all the other methods together. Method 5, the 5-minute daily English thinking challenge. We've reached the final method, and if you remember only one thing from this video, make it this. Spend just 5 minutes every day thinking in English. Not reading, not writing, just thinking. Why? Because the language you think in becomes the language you speak. Here's how to do it. The moment you wake up, ask yourself simple questions. What am I going to do today? What should I eat for breakfast? What's my plan for this afternoon? As you go through your day, keep your thoughts in English. Walking to work? Think about what you see. Waiting in line? Describe the people around you. Making dinner? Talk through each step in your mind. Keep your sentences short and simple. Don't worry if you don't know every word. Use the vocabulary you already have. The goal isn't to sound perfect. The goal is to train your brain to think in English naturally. And here's the secret: 5 minutes every day is far more powerful than 1 hour once a week. Small daily habits create big results. So starting today, take the 5-minute English thinking challenge. Think in English for just 5 minutes every day for the next 30 days. You might not notice a big difference after the first day, or even the first week. But if you stay consistent, one day you'll suddenly realize you're speaking faster, thinking more clearly, and feeling much more confident in English. Because remember, fluent English isn't built in one day. It's built every single day. If you enjoyed this lesson and found these 5 methods helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Speaking English for more practical lessons that will help you speak English naturally and confidently. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Also, let me know in the comments, which method are you going to try first? I'd love to read your answers. Thanks for watching, take care, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.